What's up, guys? Just recently got some new ink and I'm stoked on it, and I figured I'd hop on here and talk about it a little bit. I got this three-eyed tiger done by Jake Emery. He works at Portside Tattoo in San Diego, and it's my fourth or fifth piece by him, I think. Definitely the biggest one. He crushes all of them, obviously. That's why I trusted him with this. And yeah, I'm just super stoked on how it turned out. Super vibrant, awesome colors, placement, everything about it. It's freaking sick in my opinion. But yeah, first session of 3 sessions, we did the line work, and I was really nervous going into that one because the only torso tattoo I have is this little banger that took 30 minutes on my ribs like 8 years ago. So not much to go off of as far as pain on the upper body. So I was definitely curious, and a lot of people have a lot of bad things to say. So in my mind, I was trying to stay more positive than negative. So I went in hoping for the best and was pleasantly surprised. Obviously it hurt. All tattoos suck, to a certain extent. But I was able to get through the line work easily. That took 3 to 4 hours. He definitely hit some hot spots, but with the lines, you're just over them quick. So that was pretty simple. And then we scheduled the next session. We didn't really know what to expect as far as what was gonna go and how long it would take, but it ended up being 2 to 3 hours. He did all the black shading, the shadow on the outside of the flames, in the mouth, the shading around the snout. And he did a little bit of color, a little bit of orange in the tiger fur. And that's all we had time for that day just because of scheduling differences. And so we left a lot to do on the last session, which wasn't my favorite. I probably could have pushed through a little more, but we just, with time, it didn't work out that day. So the last session was pretty much all the color you see. And that took 5 hours. And yeah, that was about 5 days ago. So it's healing up really nicely so far. But the pain on that one was definitely the most intense, obviously, because you have to cover way more skin than any other of the times. So yeah, I was just gonna rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. The middle panels of the chest, the meaty part, that was definitely the easiest. I would probably say a 3. That was like, you can hold a full conversation. Your mind's really not even thinking about that tattoo too much. One other thing you don't really think about too much until you're laying down is your breathing. So, as he's tattooing, your chest is moving up and down. And I think something that really helped me was timing my breaths. Every time he would go to get ink, I would take a deep breath in. And then whenever he was actually tattooing my skin, I was slowly breathing out. And that really helped the tattoo go fast for me. I'm assuming it helped my pain level a little bit, just because, breath work pretty much helps everything. So that was something cool that I didn't really think about too much, but helped a lot, in my opinion. Yeah, and then the outer edges of the chest, those lit up pretty good. It's weird because it's not in your armpit, but when you get up here, it actually feels like you're in your armpit a little bit. And that was probably a 7 out of 1 to 10. So not terrible, but not easy. The collarbone, probably a 6 to 7, I would say. Different areas were a little better than others, but the higher you got up there, the more it hurt. I didn't get too high up, so I got close enough though. Yeah, same with the nipples. I did not go over the nipples, and it was Jake's suggestion. He was like, there's really no need to go through that pain unless your image requires it, which this didn't. So we were able to build around it. And he was definitely right, looking back. At first I was like, if you're gonna get that close, I don't know, it might be better to just go over them. But we got way close enough. Every time he would touch anywhere in this area, man, that needle just felt like it was on fire. It was crazy. Luckily it's not a big area, so it was passed over pretty quick. But that was a solid 9 out of 10. Almost as bad as you could get, I would think, and I would hope. I hope it can't get too much worse. Same with down here, this whole lower sternum to top of the stomach area. That was a 9 for me as well. That was the hardest area of the whole tattoo on the day we did all the color. I don't know what it was. I was bleeding a lot down there. I don't know if it was just the skin is a little bit softer, more sensitive, but that sucked. That really sucked. And that took a little bit of time to fill that whole area with color. So that was brutal. That probably was part of the reason that just kept on cranking up too. Is we just spent a little more time down there than we did around the nipples. So yeah, 9, pushing a 10. I don't want to give anything a 10 because I feel like I'm just gonna curse myself for future tattoos and be like, oh, it can get worse. So we're not trying to do that. Middle sternum, we did that at the very end of the tattoo. It pretty much went flames, fur, and then we worked inwards. So we were doing the mouth and the eyes and stuff. And probably coupled with it being the end of the tattoo and the sternum, not a good combination. So that was a 9 for me as well. The sternum, I was just like, get me off this chair. I definitely could have split it up into one more session, but I was ready to be done with it. It had been a few months of scheduling. It didn't need to be that long, but just the way our schedules worked out, that's just how it was. Summertime is pretty much here in San Diego. So I'm ready to get this thing fully healed so that I can start going to the beach a little more, getting in the water, not having to worry about it as much. So I'm just ready to be done. And so I just cranked through it. He got done. He pretty much did one half and then the other half of the way I was telling you, like the flames, the fur, and then he went over here and did the flames and the fur. And when he got done with his first half, I was just thinking to myself, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get through the rest of this thing. But good mental fight, and we got through, no problem at all. So I was very happy to get it done with that day. But yeah, that is the story of the tiger. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I mean, I've pretty much got as covered as you can almost get on the chest, every inch of it. So yeah, been through it, been there, done that now. Look forward to getting more. San Diego, California, Portside Tattoo rocks. Jake's the man. Get some ink.